Okay, so I'll try to be brief so that I leave a bit of time for questions. You heard me speaking about Laces of Ireland. There's a bookmark that has on one side a QR code for Laces of Ireland. On the other side, it's Friends of Lace Limerick. But we hope to change that. We have to publish the same for all the groups that are involved, and I'll tell you how. So I'll start with what Laces of Ireland started as. It was a creative communities on a shared island. That meant collaboration north-south. That started in, well, the funding started in 2023. The idea is a bit before COVID, so I think 2019. And we created a website. We call it a platform that is divided into 4 provinces. I thought it was easier to find things this way. I don't know how easy it is for a foreigner coming in to imagine where everything is. But the website is organized under 4 historical provinces. And we have not only lace groups, but we started adding lace artists. And if there's someone missing there, it's because they didn't give us the information. So if you know someone who should be on that list, a group or an artist, just tell them to get in touch. And we're going to work that out. We created an interactive map. Sarah gets a lot of inquiries from people who contact the Guild. Where can I see lace? So we created a resource. This is an interactive map, and you go on one point and it tells you what's here and if it's open to the public and at what time, on what days. Some of these points are on demand, so you have to get in touch and they will show you the collection. But we have phone numbers and email addresses and all that. We also have a few places where you can buy lace, like the Carrickmacross Lace Gallery, buy lace supplies, learn lace making, and then the last one, Discover Lace in Ireland. I'm sorry, we printed a few, and we are discussing to print a batch of these. They ended up as an A5 little booklet, and they're quite handy to take with you when you're traveling. We didn't want to print it because we're updating it continuously, but maybe we will make a batch so that people can have it with them. Again, it's work in progress. Anything that you hear about and it's not there, just let us know and we'll add it. So this is the QR code that brings you straight to the booklet that you can take down on your phone, but I know that we don't see so well small letters on the phone. So maybe a printed version would be a good idea, and we're going to try this autumn to produce a few. I'm going to circulate bookmarks in a second. Now, this is in the past. This is created. We're just going to maintain it. The project involved the South Armagh Lace Collective group from Cullaville and Friends of Lace Limerick. This was a project, 2 years project. What we're trying to do now is to expand it to a network. And we're going to call it a network that includes everybody, artists, lace groups, and everybody else who wants to join. So it's open. We started monthly meetings on Zoom in December, and a lot of people joined in. We sent emails around, and who wanted to come, they came, and other people are just watching the recordings and reading the minutes. That's fine. So some of the groups are more involved than others, but we won't judge anybody. So if they're coming in, they're coming in. We started with a list of objectives, but I'm not going to go through those because they're going to come up again. We knew a funding call was coming, and it happened late in December, and the deadline was the 28th of February. So we submitted an application for funding. We don't have the money yet, so we have to wait a month or two to hear back. They say May, we think it's going to be June, but we're going to hear back what's happening. And the Guild is one of the partners. This is what we call it. So the 6 partners are the South Armagh Lace Collective and Arts Bobbin Lace Enthusiasts in the north. And then the Guild, Friends of Lace Limerick, the Headfort Lace Project, and Corrie Lacemakers. We invited other groups. This is just the groups. These are the groups who said yes. Okay. We had to keep it kind of smaller because the arts office in Limerick, who is the applicant, didn't want to deal with everybody, but we will find ways of spreading the money and encouraging everybody to come in. So what we want to do with this new project is to organize an exhibition in the RDS this autumn. And Fiona Harrington is the curator that we contacted, and she started working. So they had a meeting last week already. They're talking about 1st to the 10th of October. We're going to see how this pans out, but at the moment, these are the dates. And we're going to have to help because this is going to happen with the funding or without it. So Fiona is going to issue a call. The pieces of lace are going to be submitted, photographs and information. She's going to decide. And then the pieces are going to be shipped to the RDS, and she's putting together the exhibition. For the 10 days, while it's open, it's not open on Sundays. So the 10th is the 1st of October is a Thursday, opens on Thursday afternoon, and then there's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Monday to Saturday the following week. They want us to sit there, at least 2 people at a time, and make lace so that the exhibition is alive. And at the same time, we're also taking care that nothing happens to the lace. Some of it will be in cases, but not everything. So that's the plan. And if the funding comes, then we're going to do a conference like the Amazing Lace in Limerick. We're not doing it anymore in Limerick. It's going to be in the RDS, probably in spring, April, May, we're thinking, until we get an answer from the funding body, which is the Office of the Taoiseach, we won't know. But we're going to set dates to have a conference and an exhibition in the RDS in 2027 and one in 2028. Hopefully, this is going to turn into a tradition, but we don't know. So at the moment, we're... And then the other activity is 6 Lacemakers community gatherings, one in 2026 towards the end of the year, probably October if we can match the 2. And then we're going to have 3 in 2027, 2 in 2028 because we have to finish by October, hosted by each of the groups. So there's going to be a meeting in Dublin. And I want everybody to scout for a good venue, a hotel with meeting rooms or something like this. Keep that in mind for whatever you see from now on and get back to us. We're going to have money for 2 days. Now, Dubliners will probably travel, but the other people coming from north and south will spend a night in Dublin, and this is going to be funded. We're going to have money for subsistence. And when it comes to traveling to Limerick and to Headfort, the members of the Guild who want to go there will be funded. So that's what we asked for. And each of the gatherings will be 2 days long with an overnight. And we're going to have lace making sessions. We're going to have story circles, pop-up exhibitions, show and tell activities, talks and demonstrations by lace artists, by curators, by conservators. So that's going to be a point where everybody is an input to tell us what would you like to see. And during the first one, if we can do that in autumn, we'll have a training on oral history. Now, oral history means recording stories of lace makers. And I think the best people to record are some of us, because we're sitting here, we're making lace, and we're just chatting, and it's natural. And then we're going to get funding to process these recordings and preserve them for posterity. Together with photographs of patterns of collections of lace, of all these, we're planning that at the end of the project, 2028, we put a big package of all this into the Digital Repository of Ireland or into the National Library. So it's like a census of what happened in the lace world in these 2.5 or 3 years. Now, the All Ireland Register is part of this. and I shared a few forms. The forms are online in different formats. So if you go to the website, you'll find the article that explains all this. How it's going to work is Christina Carney volunteered to be the registrar for the guild. You will have to keep track of the lace you make. Whatever you made starting with January, you finished in January, it's considered a piece for the registrar. No matter how small, it's a flower for a keyring, put it in. We want to document all the lace that was made with dates. If it would be possible, keep track of approximately how many hours of work went in. And we're not taking any lace away. We're just photographing and documenting the lace. And at the end of these 3 years, we're going to submit this to a repository. It's like a snapshot. If people want to keep on going, we can do so. Christina wants you to email her a form. And the forms I was circulating are available online. And you can click there. It comes down to your computer. And you save one for each piece. And you send them to Christina by email. She doesn't want them filled by hand because she's afraid she might not understand what you're writing. And she's right about this. She's going to put them all in a database, and twice a year we're going to bring all these databases together. Am I going over? So this is the form, and let me see if I can go a bit. I can't. So anyhow, I'll send an email to Sarah in the next newsletter. You're going to get the link directly where to go. But if you go to lacesofireland.ie or use the bookmark to get there, that's the first article, and I'll keep it at the top, explaining all this. Questions?